Hello, in this video I'm going to show you about a new feature we have added to TMS WEB Core for Visual Studio Code, which is called Visual Form Inheritance. This feature allows you to create an inheritance tree of forms that you can edit visually using the form designer. Okay, so I'm going to show you a simple use case of what you can use this functionality for. In this case, I'm going to create a new login form, and then I'm going to customize it by inheriting from it in order to create like an administration login. Okay, so initially I'm going to resize this a bit. I'm going to place here a label. I'm going to align it to the top, then change the caption for it as login, then change the font size a bit so it's bigger, to resize it, and then change the alignment to center. Okay, so later I will be adding controls for the user and password and things like that, but in order to inherit from this form, what I can do is to right click here on the Explorer, and then there is a new option which is called create a new inherited element. If you click here, then you are prompted to choose which is going to be the base class for our new inherited form. In this case, I'm going to choose form 1. Okay, and then you need 2 and form 2 are created. If you check, you have exactly the same contents you have on the base form. Okay, and the class here inherits from the form 1. Okay, and so what that means that any change I make on the base form, okay, will be reflected on the inherited form. For example, I'm going to change the font color to green. Okay, so if I check on the inherited form, the color for the label has also changed. I don't have to change it again, because it's inheriting all the values from the base class. Then I can change this, for example, to administration login. Okay, what happens, for example, if I add controls to the base class? Well, I'm going to be adding here an edit control, another edit control, and if I check the inherited form, those controls are also added here. Okay, because then this form is inheriting from it. Okay, I'm going to be adding some label. It's going to be the username and password. Okay, caption, username, caption is going to be password. Okay, and then I'm going to be adding here a button. I'm going to change the caption for it as login, and I'm going to be using the anchors property, so is anchored to the right bottom. That means that when the form is resized, it will be on that location. So as you can see, all the changes are reflected here on the administration login. But what I can do is also to customize the administration login and add some controls here. For example, drop down that is going to be used for example, the role for that user. And I can be administration or operator or whatever. Okay. So as you can see, you can customize the inherited form with specific changes, but if later, for example, we want to change the color or make any change or add new controls or whatever, those changes will be reflected on all the inherited instance from that form. So I'm going to be changing this to this one. Okay, so that changes. Okay, so as you can see, it's very easy to use this functionality, and provides you a nice degree of freedom in the way you can develop your visual interfaces, and especially in the way you can maintain them. So if you do it on the right way, you can make any change that affect a lot of screens at the same time. And with this functionality, we are putting all the form designer at the same level of Visual Studio Form Designer. Okay, so I think it's very nice. So looking forward for you to test it. Okay, thank you.